Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Grif and today I'm going to be bringing you a deck profile that you guys have probably been waiting for a while. And that is a update of my Synchro deck, of my Dark Synchro deck. So, I know this is typically the first deck I show you guys when a new ban list comes out, but since Strauss came out, I really wanted to get that out there. So I wanted to get the hero deck profile, but yeah, so today I'm going to be bringing my Synchros. I changed this deck probably the most, along with Chaos Dragons, but this deck has seen some decent amount of changes, especially with some of the cards that got hit. So yeah, let's dive right in here. And I'm not going to be showing off the side deck real quick. I'm not going to be showing off the side deck in this video because I want to wait till the meta is more developed, in my opinion. So yeah. So starting us off with the Synchrons, I run 2 Junk and 1 Jet. And not much to explain, the 2 Junk Synchron are in here because it's a good normal summon. It'll help you go into your level 8s if you have the level 5s on the field. It helps you just go into Synchros. Jet Synchron you need for your Excel, so you obviously need to run this card. As I've stated, you can probably bump this up to 2 if you want. I swap between 2 and 1 with this thing all the time. I just can't decide, but right, I just keep going back to 1, so that's basically what I've been running at for. So yeah. Next up, 3 Doppel Warrior. It's a Synchro deck, so you run 3 Doppel Warrior. You run Synchro and you run Doppel Warrior. Basically, if it's a Synchro deck at all, you run Doppel Warrior. Doppel Warrior is one of the best cards. It's one of your main starter cards. It's one of your main extenders. That's why I just always run 3 of this card. I would never take out 1. I would never run 2 or 1 unless it got hit by the ban list, which God forbid. I hope that doesn't happen ever. But yeah, not much to say. It's Synchro Father. It's Link Father. You run it at 3. Next up, your 3 Destrudo. I really want to get the super rares of this, but I just haven't been able to yet. You run 3 Destrudo. It's a hard once per turn, but it's your main starting off card. After you Solde, you go into this. It's your main playmaker. It gets you into your Excel, and it's just a fantastic card. So you have 3 Destrudo. 3 Malicious for your Link Father. That's about it. There's not much to say about him. He's your Link Father for the deck. You send him with Armageddon Knight or Dark Greffer, and you go into your Solde. So, yeah. Next up, 3 Armageddon Knight and 2 Dark Greffer. I still run 3 and 2 because Armageddon Knight is just better. Dark Greffer in the right situations is sometimes better because you can special summon it rather than normal summon it. But Armageddon Knight's the easier card, so that's why I run 3 of him and 2 of the other one instead. But that's personal preference. You can run 3 and 3 if you want. I just find 2 Dark Greffer is better, and it's just the perfect number. Next up, 2 Synchron Resonator. This is your level 1 Synchro one. This is your level 1 tuner that you have to go into in order to get that final Synchro in the field to get your Quasar. So yeah, you run 2 of him. You can bump this up to 3. I haven't decided. I still like this at 2. But yeah, you definitely want to run at least 2 because it's just a free summon if you have a Synchro monster in the field, which you're probably going to have. So yeah, 2 Synchron Resonator. The last 2 monsters, 1 Mare and 1 Zodiac Thoroughblade. So I know someone's gonna come watch this video and say why on earth are you running these 2 random monsters? Mare is for your let me see if I can get it. Mare is gonna be for your Yazi because you can blow up Yazi with his effect or with a Zodiac Barrage, which is what the Thoroughblade is for, and it'll allow you to just destroy him and get Mare, which will allow you to summon 3 tokens, and it's just amazing. It's a situational card. You can probably take it out if you want, but I love this play, so that's why I keep it in here. And the Thoroughblade is for the Zodiac Barrage because for this deck it's the best. It's the best Zodiac because if you have in your hand, it's not a complete dead because if you have a Barrage in your hand, you can just discard, draw a card. Same if you have 2 barrages in your hands. So yeah, just really good cards. They're bricky if you draw them, but the plays they can make if you don't draw them can be hilarious, so that's why I run them. That's it for the monsters. Moving on to spells. 3 Allure Darkness. Not much to say here. It's your draw power. It's your main draw power, in fact. Your entire deck is basically dark other than the 2 last cards, other than Mare and Thoroughblade. So your entire deck is dark. You want to always have these in hand. It allows you to cycle through your decks really fast. All your dark monsters you run at multiples, so you're rarely going to like banish all of them. So yeah, 3 Allure Darkness. Next up, 3 Zodiac Barrage, as I previously stated. This gets you your Thoroughblade out. So I was actually running, instead of the Zodiac engine, I was running this before, but I found the Zodiac engine, it's good, but it can brick sometimes. I was actually before running the Hero engine, which would be 3 Hero Lives and 1 Shadow Mist, because it's just a free summon, other than Barrage, which needs you to destroy a monster. But then the Hero Lives 1 to 1. So yeah, I can't run the Hero engine anymore, so that's why I run the Zodiac engine instead. I took out the Symphonic engine or the Brilliant engine just because it just didn't help. They were bricking a lot more than they were actually helping, so yeah, that's about it. So 3 Zodiac Barrage and 1 Thoroughblade for the engine. 2 tuning. You still run the 2 tuning. It allows you to get your Dark Synchrons, and that's about it. When Neofiber eventually gets here at some point, I might put a quick draw in here just for a free Neofiber. But as of right now, yeah, and not much to say. You run 2 tunings. If I put the quick draw in here, I might bump this up to 3 on the side, but right now it's just fine at 2. 2 Dragon Shrine. This is another card I might bump up to 3 on the side, but I think 2 is also perfect. It just sends your Destroyer to a grave. That's about it. That's really all it's used for. It's just a great card just to send the Destroyer, get that in the grave, and then use your Armageddon or your Dark Record for the Malicious. But you can run this at 3 if you want. I found 3 bricks, which is why I currently run it at 2. But 2 or 3 is fine. It's personal preference, really. 2 Called by Grave, because getting any of your playing pieces or your playmakers ashed, veilered, ogred, cherried is just a pain, which is why you run 2 Called by the Grave. Before, I was actually running this at 2 to begin with, so playing this at 2, the balance playing this at 2 never actually hurt me, because I wasn't running more than 2, because it can brick. But you need this card in this deck. This card just protects all your monsters from your hand traps, which is the main things that will affect you. If you're facing back row, then you take these out for Twin Twisters, but these 2 you need in case of those hand traps that will just destroy your deck. This deck is very fragile, but it's a fun deck, but it's very, very fragile sometimes. Your equips for your Isolde: 1 DDR for your Special Summoning of Banished Monster, 1 Phoenix Blade because it's just a free discard. Honestly, this card should have been banned, but it's fine. And 1 Megamorph. This will be taken out for Living Fossil when I get my Living Fossils in the mail. They haven't arrived yet. Megamorph is great for when you because you use so much of your life points in this deck. This can help just get you that, just murder your opponent faster. But in reality, you're probably going to want to take this out, like I said, for Living Fossil or something, Overdone Burial or something else. That's what I'm planning on doing. I just don't have the Living Fossil yet, so I can't. So yeah, you want to run the 3 equip spells, because you always want to have 2 different equip spells in your deck. Next up, for the 1-ofs, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Foolish Burial, and Warrior Monster in your hand, 1 Foolish, just send that 1 extra card. 1 Resonator Call, I actually just added this in here a couple weeks ago. This allows me to search out Synchron Resonator, which is really good. You don't need more than 1 though. 1 Card Destruction, because this is something I'm actually testing out, because it is the definition of a double-edged sword in this deck, because it can either help you out of a brick, or it can screw you up and make you draw like your 1-ups, like your Jet or your Thoroughblade or Mare. I've been in testing. This has worked so far, but there are definitely this can definitely backfire. But so far it's been fine. I find this hilarious when I get it off and it gives me a completely new hand. That just helps. But then there are also times when you activate it and it gets you a worse hand somehow. So yeah. And then one Monster Reborn and one Soul Charge. So that is it for the main deck. It's 42 cards. It's 2 more than I preferably like it, but the stuff I would take out, I can't take out yet, and that's about it. So yeah, moving on to the extra deck. The extra deck is basically personal preference as to whatever you want to run. I run Quasar. In fact, I don't run just one Quasar. I now run 2 Shooting Quasar Dragon. So I know someone's probably going to be like, how on earth do you summon this? And I'm basically going to tell you, well, first off, the first one you just summon super easily. The second one is when you draw Soul Charge. I know someone's going to be like, oh, that's because you have Soul Charge. Well, I mean, if I have Soul Charge, I might as well use it to summon another Shooting Quasar Dragon. So it's just really good. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite monsters of all time. I will always keep using this card as long as there is a way to summon it. And this is no exception. In fact, now I'm running 2 of them, which is funny. So now someone, if they face one, I draw a Soul Charge, they'll have to face 2 of them. So yeah. Moving on to the rest of them, 1 Trishula for just banishing cards on the field, graveyard hand. It's Trishula, you use it for Trishula stuff. It's a really good card. For the level 8, it's 1 Crystal Wing and 1 Cyphering Lord Omega. Omega gets stuff out of your opponent's hand, and it's unclogs the money monster zone. Crystal Wing, it's just a great synchro card. I don't think I would ever not run this in here. I know some people don't, but I would always recommend just running at least 1 because it's really good. Omega, when we get the new synchro, the new Borload synchro monster and a cyber synchro monster that they revealed in Savage Strike, this thing will probably be taken out for the Borload one. But other than that, these are just really good synchros. And then, as I said previously, the Aussie for the Mare. It can pop cards on the field, which is really good, and then it also gets you the Mare. So yeah. Plus it can't be targeted, which is kind of cute. 2 Hyper Librarian. It's your main draw card. You run 2 of this thing. You need to run at least 1. I run 2 because it lets me draw a lot more cards, which is funny. And 1 Excel Synchron. It's your starter card. It allows you to go into said Librarian. Plus it's a tuner, which is really good. So yeah, Excel. You need to run at least 1 Excel and 1 Librarian. 1 Crystron Quandax. It is part of the Quasar combo. It allows you to draw cards, and it's another Synchro tuner. Honestly, this thing could probably be taken out for something, but I like it. And then your 2 level 2 Synchro tuners, Double Star Shaman and Formula Synchron. Double Star Shaman is amazing. This allows you to go into the Quandax and then into your second Librarian, which then hopefully leads to your Formula Synchron, which will allow you to draw 3 cards off that 1 play. But Double Star Shaman, it's a fantastic card. It's another level 2 you can go into if you just need another level 2 Synchro. But it's also for a longer combo, as I said previously. It's an Article into your Quasar, but it allows you to draw like 6 cards, which is busted. And Formula, you need to run 1 Formula, so it's good. Now for the links, one Isolde, you need to run an Isolde. It's your main starter card. It helps you go into your combo. If this gets stopped, you won't be able to go into Quasar very easily. And yeah. 1 Proxy Dragon, you guys should probably take this out for something. I'm just running this in here for extra spaces to synchro summon. That's about the only reason it's in here. Like I said, this could be taken out for something. I might take this out for something else later down the road, but it's been fine so far. And yeah. And then the last Link Monster 1 Deco Talker. If I get my hands on Summon Sorceress, this will be instantly taken out for the Summon Sorceress, because the Summon Sorceress will help this deck tremendously. But, in fact, the Summon Sorceress is going to be a Soul Fusion Special Edition, so that's good. But, yeah. Right now, Deco Talker's been working fine. You will take this out for Summon Sorceress if you have one, or if I ever get my hands on one. But, right now, it's been working fine. Yeah, it's just in Link 3 you can go into. So that'll be it for the deck profile, guys. Overall, as I've said, this is my favorite deck of like all time. I try and make this deck work as often as possible, and so far this has been perfectly fine. If they ever like ban me Soul Day, which I don't think they will, but if they ever do, I'll just have to reinvent this deck again, which I don't want to at the same I don't want to, but at the same time I kinda want to see what I can come up with to see to see what I can make this deck function still. But yeah, that's about it. As always, don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section about what you think of the deck, what's your build, and any suggestions. Also, don't forget to drop a like, because as always it does help the channel tremendously, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe and see more of our videos. So yeah, so I'm Grif of the Four Horsemen, and I shall see you guys later.